Alright guys, welcome back to the channel with PiX3LMonkey on an unreleased map. He's going to show us around and we're going to test out and see what we think of it. So let's get into it. Follow the leader and let's explore.
So all of the rocks on this map are my own creation. So I've done all my own modeling and texturing of these things. So you won't find these rocks on anybody else's maps. Uh, yeah, as well as basically I'm building these maps from absolutely nothing. So I did all my own terraforming and everything else for them.
All the rocks look so real. Like it's awesome how you do them, how they're done. Looks so real. The textures are awesome.
So the way I make these rocks at a high level are, I actually these are actual physical rocks that I've got in my office, in my room,
Oh
or in my
really?
yard. Yeah. And so I take about 180 to 200 photos of the rocks from all different angles, and then I use those photos to actually model the rocks, and then project those pictures back onto the models for the textures. So
That's
they're
crazy.
not just fictitious rocks; they're actual real-world rocks that tend to be about 6 to 8 inches big. Uh, that then get stretched up to the size of mountains.
Just quickly, that mud came out of nowhere. I was not expecting that.
Oh
Full sideways. The vehicle's like stuck sideways. Wow.
yeah, there's
That
no shame in using the winch in this map. Just let's start with that premise.
Yeah, I know that. That's a good point. I like to try and test myself before I use the winch though, so we'll give that a go.
Oh yeah.
And we got it, almost. Got a new line happening. Whoop. Come on. Nah, we'll use the winch. Get over this spot. Alright.
Yeah, and so early on in this map, the people that I had helping me test it, they were mud junkie. Like I couldn't make a section sticky enough or deep enough or gnarly enough for them. So um, this part of the map is really intended for those people who love swamps and mud bogs.
Yeah, I can see. The texture's thick. There we go. Whole vehicle's sideways at the moment. It's like the mud sucks you down.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
stops the vehicle and then its trail. Can't go anywhere. Try and get through the spot.
Don't worry, this mud isn't forever. We're just going to traverse it along the side of the hill here.
Yeah, it's alright, mate. Just gotta get through here.
Definitely not a Sunday drive.
No. Not a Sunday drive.
So where I'm taking you right now is one of my latest sections that I built. And we got to get around this corner and on the other hillside to get there.
Little Jeep struggling with all this mud. Doesn't want to go anywhere.
No, are you in the realistic one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that why?
yeah, yeah. If you grab the non-realistic one, they're definitely more capable for
Ah,
sure.
okay. I'll keep that in mind for next time then. That's alright.
So it's been pretty cool. I actually picked up a real life side by side.
One sec, I'm just gonna swap vehicles. I'll just spawn in other one. What were we saying? Sorry? Keep talking, mate. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying I brought or I finally purchased a real life side by side to go hitting the trails on, and I've done some stuff up in the mountains where I live in Washington State, but most of those are like mining trails and relatively well formed trails that you can get any standard vehicle on. And so getting that side by side has let me get on some stuff further back in the woods, which has given me more ideas and inspiration for some of these other newer trail types.
Yep. All right, this one's not really realism mine, so it should be good. Oh yeah, it's already making a huge difference. That's flying through here. Wow, that mud is crazy, the texture. Can't get over how soft it is. Just sinks you straight down.
Yeah, and the way that I make the mud is first I'll do like the landscaping to get the general shape of the surface the way I want, and then I'll go in. There's two types of mud in the editor. One is an extrudes, which controls the mud depth.
Yep.
And the other one is it's called automatic, but it's basically the what gives you the mud texture on the surface. And so I'll set the ground height first, then I'll go in with the extrudes to get my mud depth painted in, and then I'll go in and change the look of it with the automatic mud at the last step. And I found that technique really helps me get the mud to look and behave the way I like to.
You've done a good job with the mud. It just feels so realistic, and just stops you dead in the trail. You're driving along and it just sinks the whole vehicle down. Next minute you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Now I never played the original Spintires. You're
Me
gonna
neither.
want to make a right to follow me over here. We're gonna take a little side cut to go up a trail, but
No worries.
again, in the original Spintires, the mud was so gnarly that you would actually get stuck, like couldn't go anywhere in it. And it's hard to do that in this game. It always feels like with enough time and patience, you're able to get through, right? So I'm trying to give the original Spintires crews a little taste of what they used to get in the original Spintires.
That looks like it's going to be fun. Right in front of us.
Yeah, so this is a wide open rock climb. You know, there's a lot of options. You get to kind of choose your own adventure.
Just quickly, I can definitely tell that you've created the Badlands. The maps sort of relate. I can sort of see the Badlands in this map.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff, the mud textures, the rock crawling spots, how you've laid it out. It definitely all looks very similar.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like, I can definitely tell that you've done it.
Yeah, and you know, I'm always experimenting with different techniques for different, I'll call them biomes or different environments to try to keep it from being all the same thing throughout the map.
Yep.
So there's always variety. The rock types will change. The way I do the how I lay the rocks in change. But yeah, I'm definitely finding that I'm locking in on a style that I like. You know, some people go from like, have you played the Gauntlet or the Gauntlet 2 as well?
Yeah, I have.
Like you can definitely look at those maps and see how I've evolved one map to the next to the next.
Yeah. They all relate one way.
The only map that I'm really not too jazzed about was the Gauntlet 2. Like it started out really good, but I got burned out on it really quick.
Yep.
And so the second half of that map, I rushed, and like I said, I don't feel too good about it. But
Yeah.
I've been really happy with the progression of the other maps.
Well, that's the main thing. I mean, you're not going to get them all perfect. One may wear you out a bit and you'll get over it. Sort of, not get over it, but like, you'll rush it a bit more and whatnot, but that's okay.
Now, this rock that we're climbing on now, this whole hillside is just one rock model.
Yep.
It's about
I just flipped over.
7.
All the way down the bottom.
Oh, geez.
Good fun. Let's go again.
This rock in real life is only about 7 inches long, and it's from a spot down in Davis, Oklahoma.
Yep.
In the central part of the U.S. There's a place called Turner Falls, and so I was hiking around down there, and I was looking for rocks because I'm always looking for new models and stuff to put in. And when I saw this rock, I was like, oh man, it'll be perfect. And it's actually turned out better than what I thought it was going to be. What I like about it is all the, oh geez,
How'd you
I
go?
like all the small cracks and stuff that you can see in it.
Yeah, that rocks really good. Not again. I just flipped over again.
Yeah, I'm on my side right now.
Oh, I rolled all the way down to the river. All the way. uh, all right, let's flip back over and get back over where you are.
Now, I will say, even though this one actually has the same max height as the Badlands 2, I feel like this one actually is a little taller.
Yep.
It feels like it's got more dramatic transitions from the lowest point to the higher points. So yeah, this map is like Badlands 2 is 64 by 64
Yep.
units large at 128 units high. This map is 96 by 96 by 128. So it's another third larger than Badlands 2 was.
No, it's a very fun map so far. It's got some good challenges. As you can see, I flipped over like 3 times just then. But that's what you want, though. You want it to be over challenging and not under challenging, so it's just perfect where it is.
Well, and you can see we had to go out of our way to get to this, right? So, you know, if you don't want adventure and you just want to ride on the vanilla roads, they're there, right?
Yeah,
You can just take your drive. But if you're looking to get out and push your vehicles and see how the latest mods work and everything else, there's sections for that too.
sure is. One second.
Now, one thing I've noticed a lot from people on YouTube is they tend to kind of restrict their videos to half-hour sessions. Is that just because of personal time limits, or is that something that you find viewers only like to watch only half hour at a time, or
I just
where's
feel
that?
like, oh, sorry, mate. I just feel like
Go
if you
ahead.
do half an hour, some people may find that video too long. Like,
Uh-huh.
you've got to really find an interesting map, something really interesting that people want to see to fill out a full half hour. Otherwise, sit there for half an hour. It's a long video to watch. Not everyone's going to sit there and watch a full half an hour unless they're really into what you're doing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd upload longer. If people wanted 40 minutes, I'd do 40-minute streams or live or recordings. I wouldn't really mind. But it really depends on what people want to see. If they want 15 minutes, you do 15. If they want half hour, you can do half hour. It really depends on what they want to see.
Yeah.
Like your
And
maps would take ages to do anyway, so it'd be more than half an hour. I'm
yeah,
so stuck at the moment.
I had some friends on Steam who went through Badlands 2 and did the full map in hardcore, and it took them 18 hours to complete. So basically, every Monday they get on Twitch and they do a couple of objectives, and that was it. And the series went on for a couple of weeks, and it was really fun.
Doesn't even want to flip back over. I'm stuck between trees here. Here we go. I'm good now, I think.
I've been using the winch quite regularly getting up here. Like I said, I've got no shame in
Of course.
towing that winch.
No shame in using it. It's almost down. Alright. Now I'm going to use the winch coming up.
Oh, did you free roam cam in this mod in the Spintires mod?
Yep. I haven't
Where
fully
you
adjusted it
can
all the way up, but I've got it a little bit out.
no, if you do Alt C,
Yep.
it will detach the camera completely, and you can fly anywhere on the map using your numlock key.
Okay.
And so I use that in multiplayer a lot. Like I'm kind of chilling at the top.
Yep.
You can detach and come find you on the hill and watch you climb from anywhere.
This hill is doomed. Every time I get back over, it just flips. Can't came there. It always flips backwards. Not again. Yep. Hang on.
I don't even. see you on this. All
I don't even know where I am in all honesty. All I know is I'm flipping over heaps. Come on. Now I need to find a spot.
right. Oh, you're way over on the right side.
I don't know how I ended up over here. I've just rolled down sideways.
Oh, there you are. See, I was expecting you where we started up, and yeah, you've fallen way off to the right.
Nah, bad choices I've made.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll flip back over. Now, let's try and get up the
Mistake.
hill.
Press F. Pay our respects.
Now, what I
So,
need
what
to
part
do...
of Australia?
Victoria. Melbourne?
Melbourne. I would love like that. Australia is one country that's on my bucket list of places I want to visit.
Yeah, it'd be nice to go to. Whereabouts would you want to go?
Western
Yeah.
Australia, the goldfields.
Just trying to winch myself way back up, back up. We're getting up there slowly. Once we get to the top, then I'll look for you.
I'm glad you got the non-realistic version of that cheaper, or else you'd really be hurting, right?
Oh yeah. Wouldn't be going anywhere. Definitely. Alright, we're coming up. Hopefully I don't flip over again. Yeah, the realism one wouldn't make it up this. Nearly there. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
really
my
hard.
goal.
Sorry, you go
Go
on.
ahead.
You go on.
I was just saying that my goal was to make maps challenging enough so that when Tomcat or some of the other people who cover the truck mods needed to test a new mod, that they'd have a good map to verify things on.
Yep, that's fair. Yeah, with the length of the videos, that's one thing. Depending what people want to see. Some people want half an hour, sometimes half an hour is just too long. I
Well,
mean,
and
for
that's the
me,
other thing.
I don't mind how long I do. If people wanted 40 minutes, I do 40 minutes. Doesn't faze me at all. It's what they want to see.
Well, that's the other thing. Like what I was gonna say is, doing it on YouTube, you can just drive to where you want to be first, then start the recording. Like you don't
Well, that's
always have
right,
to.
yeah.
Spot.
That's the idea. Alright, I'm not sure where you are, but I'm at the top.
I'm just below the rim. I'm playing turtle over here. Don't mind me.
Do you want me to send you a winch request?
No, I got it. I got enough trees around me here.
How'd you go?
There we go.
Even though I took a detour with all those trails, when the map does get released eventually, I will try and hit it again. Do you need a winch? Or are you good?
No, I keep using the fast winch,
Yep.
thinking that I'm moving a tree, but since you're in range, it thinks I want your vehicle first.
I'll move back a bit. Hopefully it doesn't pick it up as
I'm right
much.
here below you. I don't know. I'm good. All right, east here. And in keeping with my style, these roads aren't short of narrow ridges across and hairline turns either.
Alright, so we're going the other way, where you just went. 1 second, should turn around. Alright.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Heading north. My
That's alright.
compass went around you.
So is this map nearly finished or still got a little while to go yet?
No, I'm probably 25% done with it.
Alright, so it's a work in progress for a little while just yet.
Yeah.
That's alright. We'll give everyone something to look forward to.
Yeah, and I'm updating it pretty much every week. So if you came back and visited the map every month or so, there would be a lot of new updates to go explore.
Yeah, this sort of stuff reminds me of the Badlands.
Yeah.
These trails, tight turns. I'll slowly make my way around. I'm not too far behind now.
Yeah, I see you.
Those turns don't play around. They're really sharp, straight around.
Yeah, even in that little JK, they're pretty tight.
So where we are now, is there going to be like trees and forests on the left and right? And there's a trail going through, or any idea?
I play that by ear.
Yep.
The next step on these trails is to figure out what I want to do for the rock structures first. And then that will kind of drive my vegetation after it. I try to do vegetation last.
Yeah, that's fair. This definitely feels like a Badlands map though. Like it relates so much. Which is good.
I know I'm going to catch a lot of heat when it does release, though, because of the requirement of using the Spintires mod. There's going to be a lot of people that just don't know how to do that, and there's going to be technical issues and everything else. But
Yeah.
I'm making this for my friends more than anything, my friends and myself. And if other people enjoy it, then great. But if they don't, I'm not gonna not make it because everybody can't enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right. Well, like, with these maps anyway, with your maps like the Badlands, Badlands 2, even the Gauntlet, you do need dev tools. Because, like, you flip over and you can't get to the garage, you've got to respawn back to the garage and drive all the way back out to where you were. It can be annoying. It's fun, but you do need dev tools. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Definitely would be hating life.
Oh, of course, because I played for like 2 months without dev tools, and when I used to play on the Badlands, as soon as I'd flip over, I'd just crack it and turn the game off. I'd be like, nah, that's enough for me. Because like you got to respawn back to the garage, you got to drive like 15, 20 minutes in real time to get back to the trail. By the time
Yeah.
you get there, and then you flip over right when you get to the trail. I was doing that heaps. I got over it, and it was like, nah, I got to get dev tools.
Yeah,
Because
you
like,
can do that. It's fun to do that if you're trailing with friends, right?
yeah, it
If you've got
is definitely.
3 or 4 people in the map, then sure, you can lay there and have your drink or your smoke while you wait for your friends to come, and there's a camaraderie in that. But by yourself, yeah, it's a lonely existence.
Yeah, that's right. I understand that. But yeah, you're definitely easy with dev tools if you're playing single player.
Yeah,
Because the last thing you want to do is drive all the way to where you want to go. Like you find that perfect trail and then you flip over and you got to go back to the garage. I did that so many times.
now this road that we're on is actually a logging road, so
Oh,
the intention
really?
you're going to be running logs on this if you're wanting to 100% it.
Probably wouldn't be doing it
Um,
in a truck. Probably just get a ute with a trailer.
the clue that you'll be looking for if it's an intended logging road is if I've got generally longer turns on the trail.
Yep. The mud's getting thicker gear again. There's that texture you've got. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, so far, this is a great map. I can't wait to see the end of it. The complete for the release.
Well, so I've got a really nice PC. It's got a dual 1080s in it, 32 gigs of RAM, i7, and it's already so complex that I can't edit it in the editor anymore. So what I have to do is I have to get a section done. And then once I feel good about the way the section is, then I strip those components out of the the map config file, and then that makes it lightweight again to where I can work with it in the editor. And then before I do my build for publish, then I have to merge those elements back together and do a final build.
That mud's got me all caught up.
Yeah.
Low 2's doing the job though. Slowly crawling the way up.
Yeah, no, for the most part, I'm trying to keep the mud down in the basins and, lighter on top at least.
Yeah.
Or at least, in this area, we're kind of down in where the water is, so it makes sense that the ground would be a little bit more saturated.
Of course. Got two like little lake beds on the left and right. It'd make more sense for here to be all soft, especially if it's rained. It's all going to fill up, sort of thing. For example.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I'm trying to use the river as a divider to where this northwest section will be wetter than on the other side of the river. Like the other side, I'm going to try to keep drier for the most part, so that if you're one of those people that like dry rock climbs, you know that that's where you want to be. If you want a boggy, wet experience, you stay on this side of the river. There'll be exceptions to it, but that's kind of the general direction I want to kind of take it for now.
And it'll get there, all in good time. It'll all get there. I'm really happy to be able to check out this map with you, so thank you very much for the invite.
Oh, absolutely.
I was making sure it's gone the right way, then I thought I'd lost you. There you are.
Yeah. I haven't really run into many people who play this game that I wouldn't consider friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The modding community is awesome. I speak to a few other different modders and use all their vehicles, and wow, that mud went really thick. Oh no, my game just crashed. Did yours crash?